Well, I'm delighted to be joined today by an Avantio client, Callum from Resolute. Tell us who Resolute is in a sentence.
Yeah, so I'm Callum. We're based in the UK. We do short-term rentals, predominantly apartments within city centre locations.
What's been your sort of trajectory in terms of the growth, the number of properties that you manage?
Yeah, so it's been quite steady. We started off with 4 originally, about 2.5 years ago. We're coming up to now. Really wanted to cement ourselves with what we had first, really put us into the right position, work out what direction we wanted to go in as a business. And ever since then, it's been incredible. I mean, we're starting to slowly move into the hotel industry and really grow up the multi-unit sites within one. But we're averaging about 5 new units a week at the moment, after we've gone into our steady period of growth.
And along that journey, how have you leveraged technology to sort of assist you in that growth?
And I think, as I said earlier, setting the key foundations on allowing you to grow at a good pace without restrictions in the future. Because there's a lot of platforms that you move on to, you list 4 or 5 properties, but as soon as you get to 20, 30, you start seeing problems within the system and it doesn't work for the automation and allowing it to, really give you the success you need from a tool like that. So I think very much over our time using Avantio, we've tried to develop and really take use of the marketplace and the various tools within it to allow us to remove that manual labour, remove the labour cost from it as well. There's a lot of cost behind paying people to go through, manually block calendars out, change bookings, even when you think about pricing. So we really try to use different tools to leverage the market. Price Lab, for example, that integrates straight within Avantio. And even the built-in Avantio tools, the guest area we found really, really beneficial because it automates the process. So we can manage now that the guests will be able to check in online by themselves. They can log in and pay their deposit by themselves. They can submit all their IDs to us.
And you actually have a curious story about how you found Avantio, right? How you came across us.
Yeah, so I went on holiday in Cyprus and I booked a villa through Airbnb. As you'd expect, I was expecting the information to come from Airbnb and all be internal. And what Avantio did was it emailed me a link, and I thought that was a really interesting concept to drive traffic onto your website. And if a guest is having to visit your website, it's where you can then gain marketing advantages. You can drive specific tailored discounts for what works for them and what they might like. If they continue visiting the website, we can retarget them. We need to drive as much traffic and footfall onto our own website eventually to be able to start converting those more lucrative bookings. So I think it all comes down to the customer journey. We're quite fond of what does it look like when you book, the first contact with you as a guest, and then what's the process after that? As a guest and a customer, you need it to be as easy as possible. You want clear communication before you get there. You want a guest area, for example, like Avantio provides, to be able to log in, view your trip, plan your trip, communicate with us what time you're arriving so we can all prepare. And it makes it so much easier for a guest. And I think seeing that from the guest perspective as myself, visiting a destination, it just matched everything that I would have wanted in a check-in process. And it just took away a lot of the times you book, you might not be clear on where you check in, how to check in, where is it coming from, who's messaging me, is it coming on Airbnb, is it coming on your platform? Whereas now this really just brings it all together and makes that a connection like no other and really links it in and makes it all sort of one dynamic system.